I am back.
While being should let speed doesn't make him a bad player to even use. This character is widely considered a very good character, used by mostly of people in the Forsaken community. Sorry guys, I needed to take the sound because it was super loud for me and not you guys if possible. Now, having the rest of Shedletsky's abilities, so pretend it's the killer right in front of you, you have the ability to stun him with a slash attack. With normal Shedletsky, you would be using a sword, but I have the heartbroken skin and I use the metal bat because, of course, I look too tough for this. So, this has all of Shedletsky's abilities, and now let's see the character itself. Now, normally he would be wearing a white shirt behind the message that I don't remember what it says, but yeah, I know this guy's name, Blame John. And also wears some blue shorts and the same exact hair and not scratched like this one, but still, Shedletsky is a very good character. I need to count every single survivor. So if I were to count every single survivor and it was like 13 of them, or like for example there was 10 survivors, I would probably put him in 6 because he is pretty much not my main. Unlike Noob, when Noob is used, he's mostly gonna be your first main. You heard me. So Shedletsky's a 6. I like him. He's pretty good. Next is Elliot. Elliot is out of the 12 survivors is a backup person. Now, having to have this guy in your run makes it a pretty much good. So once you're getting chased by the killer, you trying to run away, you can use Rush Hour to make yourself much faster for only a couple of seconds before losing the ability and running we already know, the same exact pace the normal player has. But I think this same ability is very related to the Bloxicola's pace speed, and I think it is because we get faster than usual, but Bloxicola takes much longer. But yeah, that's pretty good for a survivor. The next ability Elliot has is to throw a pizza, and whenever this pizza is thrown, a survivor that's nearby and gets damaged can eat it to revive his health, and he's pretty much of a backup person whenever there's a damaged player. Pretend you're a player like, for example, Chance, that got attacked very badly and went to go get this pizza. It would probably be a backup plan if you want this guy to be in your team, because if you have him in your team, you would be likely to be a lot much better and make the killer lose the round. Luckily, though. But likely, it's not gonna stay there forever. The pizza has a very enough time where it can despawn at any time. Like the last time we were right there, I literally saw it despawn. And now, there's different variants for this pizza. If you were friend Elliot, this pizza would be the artifact. If y'all haven't watched Poketom, or whatever he's called, you should have watched that because it's the real name of what friend Elliot, or Cube, in Jail Shapes and Beats, tries to protect from Blixer, but then Blixer eats it off a tree, I think, or whatever he does in final game. But yeah, for Elliot would probably be a 5 because he would be a backup, but I would put Elliot in 7 because you can die with him easily because there's nothing to protect him but Rush Hour. And to be honest, Rush Hour is only one usable time, so if you're trying to be Elliot and use this, well, you'll just wasted something, but it needed to be worth it. Next up, we have Noob. Noob out of the 12 survivors is pretty much another person that has a lot of abilities like Chance. Starting off, this guy is my main because usually what I do is whenever the killer's around, you can just eat a ghost burger and go to another place around the map, hide there, and then whenever the killer gets close, you do that again. Just don't let him catch you, or not he will see you and target you instead of the player he was following, or if he was just roaming around and just found you out of nowhere. But now, that was my statement. So ghost burgers make you invisible, but still a little bit visible. But if you use it right in front of the killer, some killers are very smart and not dumb to obviously go catch you. Now, Slate Skin is like a strong thing for you. Now, for Noob, this absolutely is pretty good because this gives you a 100 plus health or 120 plus health, like a shield to protect you from the killer's attacks. But still, this makes you get slowed down easily because of how hard Noob is rocked. But yeah, he's stone and cannot move that much, or not, he will obviously, yeah, be slow as hell. Now, Bloxy Cola is Bloxy Cola. It just makes you faster. Now, if you have another Bloxy Cola that you found around the map, you can use it. Because if you use it, you would likely to have double ability. So, Noob is a 4 because he's basically my main. But for other players, he would put him in like a bad rate. But I would put him in 5 because a lot of my other characters are pretty good when used. But for Noob, I would put him in 5 because of other players' reactions to him. So, yeah. Next up is Builderman. Now, I'm sorry, I don't have Jane Doe yet because I don't really play Forsaken, but Builderman is pretty much another backup player. He can build a sentry somewhere where the killer is at, following a player, but still the killer can break it. Like, for example, Jason, he can use a behead, literally one-shotting it. Now, dispensers are other things like the sentry, because sentries are machine guns that stay there and just shoot you if you're the killer at a rate. Dispensers are likely to be healing machines that if the player stands around, he or she, if you're Jane Doe or Veronica, would probably be through. But I don't even know if Veronica is very affectable to this. But for the killer, nothing will happen because he will literally break it. If I go get damaged and come back to this dispenser, well, it would probably just heal me. But this is poison, so might take away. But if you can see, it's literally healing me right there in the bottom corner where our stats are at. Now, for Builderman, he's like Chance and Elliot. He has another kind of health, which is 90, while Elliot has 80, and Chance can likely have 60 or something when getting unlucky. So, Builderman would probably be an 8 because he doesn't really do a good job and isn't kind of a usable character around other people. Father and son time. Once Coquette is spawned, he will never get back with his father. 007 and 7 used to be my main because I used to use him so much. Now I'm gonna tell you his fucking abilities. So first we got Inject. This is only for the clones because if you put any of these, they would obviously do what it told the Pathfinder to do. But inject is pretty much something for the clone to do and run away where they can find a path and obviously run and fake right there where they died. Now, another thing about 0077 is that he has Cool Guy, which is a teleportation thing to do when you're attacked by the killer. Now, you can get teleported anywhere. Like, for example, if you were far away from a Noli map, and you were far away from the castle's main building, you would be ejected right there and teleported at the same place that you were set in. But yeah, we already know the lore behind this guy. He's Cool Kid's father, and Cool Kid got like corrupted and never came back to his father. So that's pretty much sad lore. More than Plead. Plead is very much sadder. But if you use all of these at the same time, you could absolutely just clone, put Pathfind on, use Cool Guy, and escape when your clone is used. Do not do this close to the killer, or not you will probably be very suspicious and he'll go after you. But we could obviously see furthest spawn, which is only for 007 and 7 or another character. But for 007 and 7, furthest spawn means where he spawned last time, I believe. I don't really know. But sorry guys, I don't have Jane Doe once again, because I don't really have her like masteries or things to do to get her. Next up is Two Time. Now, Two Time is obviously a person that killed his friend and now is gonna be a killer in another update. By the way, excuse those messages because obviously they're my group from Discord and they are kind of annoying at pretty much times for typing in a chat. Unlike me, like last night I was typing hell. Yeah. Sorry guys. So he has 80 health too. Now I can't do ritual because I haven't backstabbed people. Now, while backstabbing people is a little bit of a hard thing because you gotta go behind the killer and stab them, which is very lucky if you do it while being a starter with Two Time. Now, using dagger will obviously stab them at any point of their body, the back, or the front, the sides. Whenever doing this, he'll get stunned for only 1 second, but in a backstab, he'll be stunned for the normal killer to be stunned. Crouching makes you invisible, but still visible, like Noob whenever he eats the fucking ghost burger. But whenever you're able to crouch, he's not like this. If you were wearing this skin, you would already be visible enough because he can see your fiery aura and shit. So don't do this. Just don't. Whenever backstabbing a killer, you'll find a bar with the skeleton over here in the side where I'm literally pointing at, and whenever it's filled up, you can start ritual, which is where Two Time can spawn and have a second chance to revive. So that's it for Two Time. I will not be ranking these people because I'm tired, so no, I'll just explain them.
Guest 1337. Now, Guest was the last guest in a movie called The Last Guest.
Now, having to beat Guest 1337 is pretty much a hard thing to do because he has pretty much a lot of mechanics to use. Now, block is a thing used, an ability used whenever a killer tries to attack you. If you use block, you will be able to unlock the punch button, which allows you to punch the killer, stun them, and run away or find a safe spot. Charge is charging at them and stun them for just a second. But it's just to literally back them away from whatever you're helping, or from backing him away from your friends, aka teammates, around you. So 1337 pretty much has lots of abilities like Chance and Noob, only having 3, but he could be hard to use sometimes when the killer tries to back away whenever you block and then attack you when the block is over. But Guest is pretty much good. Now we're up to Taff. Taff is a very cool person because of how he looks and how he uses his abilities. Tripwire is using a wire that can trip the player. The killer. Now, if the tripwire goes through things, it won't be able to do good. But this tripwire can go a little bit more elastic than a lot of things. But if you put it at the same place and the player goes through it, they will slip and get stunned for about a little bit of time and will be visible. Like if I were over here and the killer went through that, we could see where he is. Now, subspace trip mine is of course a very classic thing in Roblox. We all know this is the thing from Doors' super hard mode, where when you enter a dupe door, you will be seen with this thing killing you and having the same exact noise. This is also a weapon in a lot of other games, which is a classic thing in Roblox and a thing that appears on almost every single game. Taff is a very good character and I like how he's made. Dusakar is a other character in the Forsaken game that is a wizard. Now this guy had a friend once called Yorick. I think this is... No, it was 2 times lore with Yorick and this shit. But this is Yorick's resting place. I like the song from this one, and this is obviously widely considered the best song in Forsaken, which I don't think it is, because what about Brandon Works' theme, Sundowner? I like that one. And also Pirates Bay is awesomely good as hell. Like, awesomely. Bro, Pirates Bay is too good. Okay, let's get to Dusakar. Plasma Beam is a beam used by a staff to stun the killer. And Spawn Protection is something you could use if I only had a player over here to help me. If you use a Spawn Protection on a player, they will be shielded by you for a couple of seconds before deactivating and shattering. Dusakar is pretty good and is a backup player whenever you need him. And he's pretty good. And I don't even know why that tripwire is still right there. And I really enjoy it being there because my toes are hurting from slipping from this thing. Damn. Why do I sound like iCraft MC today? Damn. Veronica is the first entire female to ever get inside of Forsaken. The first survivor that's a female, of course. Veronica cannot drink Bloxy Cola. I think she can, I don't know. She can't use any other of the healing stuff like Elliot's Pizza or medkits. She can vandalize though. Vandalism is a ability in which whenever you vandalize a place, you can spray it and it can mark your place for, of course, having a whatever it is. I don't really know. But I don't really know about Veronica, guys. I never used her in my life. But yeah, you can vandalize walls for whatever reason it is. Oh wait, it's for skateboarding. Whenever you get over here, you can skateboard and just enjoy. Look, teenage old days. I know you teenagers out there are having fun, just like me. So, of course, Bumper, I don't know, but it's a broadcast thing, and Activate Battery is a health thing for her in which she heals herself. But Vandalism, I finally knew what it is. If you spray on a wall, you get to have free skateboard usage. Before, if you bump on a wall, it would probably just deactivate it. And yeah, but if this was a if it was on a wall, she would actually have this little animation where she bumps in a wall
And she has that little animation whenever she gets bumped on a wall. Like this. She gets hurt, and then her skateboard goes flying. I like Veronica. She's pretty good of a character, and I like how she's the first female, and Jane was the second female survivor. So, yeah. She's pretty much very goated as if you are a player that has her as her main. And finally, we have Mr. Gambler Chance. Coin flip is an ability in which you use it. You can have abilities. Reroll makes you do everything again. Now, you can either fail or either win at this game. But, well, actually losing, you get a weakness, which obviously takes away some of your health. Or it just makes you much weaker than usual. But once you get to win, like, it's not happening at all. You're such an unlucky player for not even having to get a good ability at first. But then when you get that, you get the abilities again. If the killer was right in front of you, you can use one shot, which absolutely uses your flint knock. But sometimes it could backfire and explode right into Chance's face if unlucky with weakness. Now, while using weakness is pretty bad, because if you do that while using Chance, it makes it much worse to use your abilities. Like, for example, one shot could absolutely ruin everything. But one shot can only be used one time, and it cannot be used. But Hat Fix makes you go a little bit faster, and yeah, Chance is pretty much not a good player because you could either lose at this game or go to the Devil's Lair if you lose this game, or also lose to gambling and need to go fill up some contracts, right, Chance? I'm talking to you too, Gigi. I can see you from the other side of Dandy's world. Thanks for watching this video, and I appreciate you guys if you watch this so I can tell you a whole entire guide of what these characters do. And yeah, next video will be about Forsaken Killers and whatever they do explained. And also a lot of rumors from the people along the Forsaken universe. So if y'all enjoyed this video, I appreciate you guys for watching this. See y'all. Peace.